It's like 58 degrees.
I really love the Loch Monster, so please, I'm your biggest fan. Like and subscribe.
Bald eagle. Well, there's a sign right here that says about bald eagles, and there's an eagle in the sky. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
Exactly, just like that.
What's that?
Look at the bear. Oh my gosh.
And Honda.
These animals should not be here. Oh, a seahorse. What is this stuff? Is that a fur coat? Oh, it's a hide. Oh my gosh. It's an ocelot hide. What are they gonna do with these? Make like coats? Look at this one is like reminds me of something you would see in like Russia. But look at all these interesting things. What are these? They're carvings. That's what they're known as, carvings. A hippopotamus ivory carving, 18C. Where is it? Maybe he needs to know, yeah, because it's all like, this is really interesting.
I hear it. Yeah.
what does that mean though?
Point is each point that they get. So 14 points. 14 points on one.
Okay. Kick the leg. Throw some dirt in it. Yeah, do this, Emmett. Do this.
Shake it.
to get enough internet to find out what our next destination is, which is the St. Croix. Is it? All right. Do we think it's going to be St. Croix, or do we think it's
probably the
St. Croix?
Americanized St. Croix and not St. Croix. St. Croix.
Like Croix or Croix?
No, the first one. Croix.
Croix. St. Croix.
Like croissant. Croissant. You guys buckled?
At least we know what our next destination is, and also I think Red Beach is right there, so we'll see what Red Beach is all about. All right.
Oh, she said there was a scenic route
Is there?
right across the street.
I love.
I know you did. Chicken.
So you got meat, you got some more protein, you got some dairy. From an overall health standpoint, you did pretty good. It could be hard, but again, we're not looking at how this would actually work. Which way you're
Please stop it. Can you fix it?
In 1604, this was the land of the Passamaquoddy. In June, several families would have been camped here harvesting fish and shellfish. Nobody knows what the residents thought when a large ship landed on a nearby island. We do know they helped the newcomers and left them in peace. How would you feel if a huge vehicle full of strangers arrived on your street? Would you welcome them, ignore them, or just watch them? What would you do? Would you help them? You would wait.
Get on their island, punch them off, and steal their phones and
Okay. When winter came, treacherous ice made crossing to the mainland impossible. The French were trapped on the island without fresh water or game. They survived on preserved food, wine, and melted snow. But then sickness struck. By spring, 35 men, nearly half of their number, were dead. After the winter, he ordered his men So that's the Groner buoy. Right out there.
Is that how far a grown-up can go?
That is the Groner buoy.
What's the
And it is located 1 mile offshore. And it sounds a warning for Sail Rock, which is that rock right there in the middle. And it lets people know that the rock is there because it has caused many shipwrecks off these shores. And
those rocks?
this
Those
light
ones in particular.
Sail Rock is part of the United States, and it looks like that over there.
That are getting
is
splashed
Canada.
on a lot.
Lots
Canada,
of
eh?
shipwrecks. Yes, Canada, eh? I thought it was great. Every single place that we went to was beautiful. There were no people. There was no one around all day. It was absolutely lovely. It was fantastic, honestly. But I still put too many activities into the day. We ended up having to skip enough stops that I have enough stops for us to do a whole nother trip out to the easternmost
Point in the continental United States.
Yes. Yeah, that was great. I think next time, instead of going to the coast, we should do something a little more inland. And maybe we will go to either Baxter State Park. I've been wanting to do I think it's pronounced Debskaniag. I've been wanting to do the Debskaniag ice caves for so long. So I think maybe that's what we'll do next, is do the ice caves.
That sounds good.
Sound good? Any final words closing off before we
Smash that like button, subscribe the video, and comment a good subscription. Comment for Picky Piggy, he's hungry. And comment for me.
comment for Emmett?
We love you, fans. And smash that like button and subscribe to the video, and we will see you next time. See you when we go to the ice caves. Bye. What did that mean? See you when we
Good, Emmett.
see you when we go to the ice caves. Yeah.
Okay, good work. Are we going to see a moose?
Yes.
We are? Oh, I love your enthusiasm.